In this video, I'm going to tell you which running backs you need to have in your lineups this week and which ones you need to leave on the pine. Let's go. First running back you need to have in your lineups this week, Washington Commanders, Antonio Gibson. Now, Antonio Gibson expects to be the primary running back this week with Brian Robinson out, so he should get a heavy workload against the Jags, especially with the Jags giving up near 24 points in fantasy to running backs last year per game. 24 points per game, bruh. Start Antonio Gibson. Next on the list, Josh Jacobs. Word on the street is Vegas moving towards a committee, but I'm thinking Josh Jacobs should get a heavy workload in this one. Start Josh Jacobs this week. Next up on the list, we're going to move out to Denver to Melvin Gordon. Broncos play Seattle this week, and me, like everybody else watching this video, is expecting a blowout. That being said, I don't think Javonte Williams will have a heavy workload this week. I think they probably go up 2-3 touchdowns by halftime. So I'm expecting Melvin Gordon to get a lot of playing time this week. He should get an opportunity to score a touchdown too. Put Melvin Gordon in your lineups as a flex. Now we're going to flip to the other side of this game and go with Rashad Penny from Seattle. Seattle has history of being at the top of the league in carries, as everybody knows. I'm expecting a lot of volume this week for Rashad Penny. Go ahead and put him as your flex as well. Now moving right along to the guys that need to stay on the bench this week. First up on the list, my guy Cordell Patterson. Now I already know what you're thinking. Cordell does everything. Why would I sit him? He's splitting carries with Damian Williams. On top of that, the Saints gave up practically no points to running backs last year. Not even going to risk it this week. Go ahead and keep Cordell on the bench. Next up, sitting on the bench beside him, Cam Akers. I'm going to be honest, I don't think Cam Akers is really in line to be the true number one. I think Darrell Henderson, or Darrell Henderson, however you say his name, he's going to be taking carries from Cam Akers pretty much all season. Then on top of that, Buffalo gave up the 6th fewest points to running backs in fantasy last year. I don't even see the point of starting Cam Akers this year. Go ahead and send him on the bench with the rest of those guys. Next up, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Everybody knows in Kansas City, we're pretty much looking at a running back committee back there. We're talking about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You got Jared McKinnon back there. Couple other dudes I don't know, Ronald Jones. Like, it's too many guys back here, bro. They're only gonna probably run the ball a good 10 times the whole game, bro. Patty Mahomes is gonna have the ball all game. I don't see the point in letting him start this week. Go ahead and send him on the pine. Next up on the bench this week, Devin Singletary. Aaron Donald and that Rams defense allowed 3.7 yards per rush last year. I don't see it again done this week. 7 fewest points to running backs in fantasy last year. I think this is a perfect game to keep Devin Singletary out and sitting on the bench. Lastly, but it's definitely space still on the bench, Breece Hall. That Ravens D is going to be way better than it was last year. They had multiple injuries at all levels. Everybody is fully healthy for week 1. And then on top of that, Breece Hall sharing carries with Michael Carter. It's just not worth it. Fill up that bench with them. All right, now that you know this, you're pretty much ready to go out and dominate your fantasy matchup. Set your lineups. Meet me back here for the next video.